8 months ago, I made a video on free-to-use story ideas for a fantasy manga, comic, or novel. You guys seem to really enjoy that video, so I decided that I would remake that similar concept of video, and in today's video, I'll be giving you 16 free-to-use ideas for a shonen manga, comic, or novel. Hi everyone! If you don't already know me, my name is Midnight Cross, and on this channel I dedicate all my videos to helping you turn your manga into a masterpiece. I'm currently working on my own manga titled Having Faith, which you might hear me talk about in today's video, but also in other videos on my channel. Now if you're new to my channel and you'd love to see more videos just like this one today, please consider subscribing and hitting that little bell icon to get notified every time I upload something new. I upload a new video every Sunday and Thursday all about manga creating, and I'd love to have you join me on the channel. So as I mentioned at the start, all of these ideas I'll be talking about in today's video are completely free to use. You can use them as prompts, or you can use them to base your whole manga, comic, or novel story on if you would like. These are ideas that you are welcome to use in any regard. Also, if you would like to see more idea videos just like this one, please leave a like on this video. It really supports me and my channel. And I'd also really like to know if you guys enjoy this, because if you want more ideas like this, I have way too many ideas, so I'm always happy to share them. Shonen manga usually focuses on high action, and it's usually targeted towards a teenage male audience. Here are 16 different ideas that you can use for your shonen manga, comic, or novel. So here is the first idea. This story is set in a post-apocalyptic future, one where the world is overrun by monsters. Your main character discovers that their ancestor was a time traveler and had spent his life working on a time machine. Or more likely, they wanted to be a time traveler. Now your main character has now finished work on that time machine that their ancestor had been working on, but before that character can release that time machine into the world, they are accidentally sent back in time themselves. They go back into the body of their ancestor and are startled to discover that the world of the past is far different than they had imagined. The MC realizes that their ancestor was the one who first created the monsters and understands that he had developed a time machine in the hopes that someone in the future could go back in time and change fate. With the knowledge of his ancestor, the main character tries to stop all the monsters while hiding the fact that he is actually from the future. Story idea number 2 begins in a game world. A character in real life is playing the game, and in the game they are a hero and manage to defeat one of the most powerful monsters in the game. Once they defeat the monster, they discover an odd glitch in the game, which turns out to be a kind of portal. When their game character investigates the portal, the game glitches and the main character passes out, the character in real life. When that character in real life wakes up, they are awoken by the character in the game. The game character has suddenly stumbled into the real-life world. The game character tells the main character that the monsters in the game have also come through the portal into the real world, and if they don't work together and stop the monsters quickly, the game world and the real world will begin to merge together. So this is like a reverse isekai, where the game characters come to the real world. Here is my third idea, and I'm not sure if this is already done before, but this one could be set in the Middle Ages. So this is sort of based off the legend of the sword in the stone, and in the legend, the one who pulls the sword from the stone is destined to rule the kingdom in this story. So the son of the current king tries to pull the sword from the stone, but fails. However, when a street girl is running away from an angry store owner she had just stolen from, she grabs the sword in defense and pulls it out. This girl, who was normally very timid, is suddenly the next ruler of the kingdom because she pulled out the sword, even if she doesn't want to be. The king's son is very annoyed. He's quite a tsundere type, and in order to see who really deserves the chance to rule the kingdom, the king gives them both a quest to find the lost chalice, which is supposed to be paired with the sword. The girl wants to go on this quest because if she succeeds, she will have enough money for her and her family. And the king's son wants to go on the quest because obviously he feels like he has the right to rule the kingdom. Together, the girl of the sword and the king's son go on this journey together, determined to outwit each other and be the next ruler. My fourth story idea is that this story is set on an alien planet, and the main character, who is an alien, has been training to go to Earth all their life. They have heard many stories of it, and they think it sounds like such an amazing place. This main character works really hard, and when they finally get the high ranking enough to go, he is sent to Earth with a group of others. They get there and discover that the Earth had been destroyed a long time ago, and the civilization was mostly wiped out. Earth is now filled with other creatures, morphed from the animals and plant life that once existed. The main character doesn't give up though, even if all the other alien characters do, and the main character searches the Earth. He discovers a strange human child who had managed to survive the chaos and assumes that since she survived, there must be others too. However, this human is different. She has a strange ability where a shield appears around her when monsters come near. Determined to find out why and discover what happened, the main character takes the child on his journey. My fifth story idea is that the main character is startled to discover that he has inherited the house of a great-great-great-grandfather that he never knew. The main character goes to the house and thinks that he is so lucky, but after spending time in the house, strange things start to happen. Things move around, he hears noises, and doors slam. At first, he thinks he is haunted, but then he discovers a strange world in the basement of the house which serves as a portal between this world and another world entirely. My sixth idea is a shonen inspired by Cinderella. This is really loosely based off the original Cinderella story. So in this story, Cinderella is a maid for a rich household for all her life. She had no choice to go outside the house because outside the house was a world filled with demons and monsters. In the hopes of someday escaping, she secretly trained herself to fight the demons. In a twist of fate, one day her stepmother and stepsisters are attacked by demons. Cinderella, using her skills, manages to save one of the sisters. Her stepsister, which is the only one she really got along with, decides to escape the house with Cinderella. But outside the house is a world of demons, and they will have to work together to survive. Especially when the demon prince notices Cinderella and takes a little bit too much interest in her. He places a spell over her, and if Cinderella doesn't find a magical being that can grant any wish, which is her fairy godmother, she is fated to become the wife of the demon prince. She crosses the world filled with demons and monsters, determined to find the one who can break the spell. My seventh idea is a manga about an aspiring YouTuber. Together with their friend, they work together trying to record the most entertaining videos and work their way to the top. As they get more and more popular, one of the characters notices something odd with their YouTube channel. Next thing they know, a character based off YouTube has appeared to them and announces that they have been watching their process. So this is like a sort of humanized version of YouTube. So YouTube-kun promises to help them with their process, but as the characters follow YouTube-kun's advice, they realize that his ideas really aren't what they had in mind. The eighth idea I have is that you could have a manga based off rock, paper, scissors, but with dire circumstances. So basically, similar to the concept of Yu-Gi-Oh! With the cards, but this time it's focused more on rock, paper, scissors. This might have already been done, I'm not really sure about this one. My ninth story idea is that a mad scientist creates a monster type of character, like Frankenstein for example. This character looks terrifying, however they got their personality mixed up with another character that the mad scientist was creating. This monster has a sweet and kind personality, but the cute girl character that the mad scientist had also been creating has a terrifying personality. These two characters end up going to school together and trying to find ways to fit in. Though while the cute girl character manages to fit in, even with her scary personality and dark personality, the monster boy struggles because of the way he looks even though he is a genuinely kind person. The story focuses around the monster character as he tries to find a way to be accepted for who he really is. I can imagine that it would be called something like Monster Boy in Class C, and the story would start off with other students talking about the rumors of the monster boy. Overall, the story would be more focused about acceptance for who you really are, because even though this boy looks like a monster, he is far kinder than the girl who looks cute but has a monstrous personality. My 10th idea is a manga set in the Stone Ages. So this one would basically be kind of like a shonen slash slice of life, but set in the Stone Ages. It shows what the characters need to do every day and how they lead their daily life. However, the main character is startled to discover a creature larger than any other. It's a dinosaur, but they have never seen any other dinosaur. This main character instantly becomes friends with the dinosaur, but they continue to wonder where the dinosaur came from in the first place. My 11th idea is that in this story, humans are paired up with android characters and they go on missions to protect the world from bionics, creatures that are also made of mechanical parts. The main character and his android partner are shocked to discover one day that the bionics were actually once human too. As the story continues, they escape the futuristic city, trying to find the truth of their existences. My 12th idea is a shonen story about sewing. So in order to earn money for their family, the main character enters a clothes making competition and wins. He is sent to the capital city, but this is only the beginning. Others who also won competitions are there, and now they must compete in a clothes-making competition where the winner will work for the king. I can imagine that the style of this would be sort of like Food Wars, but with clothes instead of food. My 13th idea is that this story is set in a world where people have superpowers, but the main character believes that they don't have any abilities. After the main character is suddenly killed, they realize that their ability is to go back in time 10 minutes before they were killed. With this ability, the main character begins to discover a strange mystery. Someone is targeting them and they are forced to discover the reason why. My 14th idea is similar to the previous world. This is a world filled with superpowers. But the main character has a really lame superpower. And because he is not accepted for this lame superpower he ends up fighting crime himself. Even with his seemingly lame abilities, he saves the day numerous times and ends up slowly developing a name for himself. My 15th idea is that the main character can sense darkness in the world. They can sense when there is bad spirits or energy nearby. However, one day, in a seemingly normal situation, he meets a character who he senses the worst darkness from, yet they seem very kind. There seems to be nothing wrong about them. He decides to follow that darkness and learn why this character has that strange darkness about them. As he continues to investigate this character with that seemingly strange darkness, the main character slowly learns why they can sense the darkness in the first place. Overall, as the story continues, the characters realize that there is a stronger connection between them than they thought, and that both of their abilities are related to each other. And my final tip, my 16th tip, is that in a strange world of strange mythical creatures, a human is born. Everyone is startled to see a human, as humans had vanished millions of centuries ago. However, the mythical creatures who discovered the human vow to raise the human as their own. The human grows up acting just like the mythical creatures do. Yet one day, when the main character is older, they discover that there is another world, one filled with humans that look just like they do. So that is all the ideas I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know if you would like me to make more idea videos just like this in the future. If you do, let me know what kind of genres you would like to hear about. I'm always happy to hear your suggestions. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!